Okay.
That's okay. Like I said, 2 or 3 more times and you'll be an
I will
expert.
get it. This is the part I was confused on, because I was like, it happened so quick. I'm like, I don't know how to get back to you.
Live.
Okay, so the time is 6 o'clock and I call the October 14th Board of Selectmen meeting to order. Please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Need to add to the agenda under new business. The Voluntown Library Fund Policy.
Item E under new business.
Sure.
I make a motion to add Voluntown Library Fund Policy as the last item under new business.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I think I have to second it because it's just.
You do still have to second it.
I do.
You do. So go ahead and second it and then we'll vote
Second
again.
it, and all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so now we are on to citizens' comments. Have any?
We'll go. Okay.
Approval of minutes from 9:30, Board of Selectmen meeting, they're attached.
So. Oh, no, I was just confused that selectmen absent and then attendees, but I also realized you were not listed under the attendees, so it's just, we're assumed here unless we're listed as absent.
Right. We
Gotcha.
could probably change that. I don't know how, if it was that way before, or maybe selectmen present and unselectmen absent.
Yeah. But other than that, I have read the minutes from 9/30/25, and I make a motion that they would be approved with the one change just discussed.
Okay. So I'll second that motion that they be approved with the selectmen present part added at the top. Is there any more discussion on it? No. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Minutes are approved. This is the addition to the agenda. Correspondence and announcements.
Well, that's it.
I got the tax report from the tax collector. You have, as of 10/6/2025, received 52%, 52.49% of our real estate taxes, 53.64% of the personal property taxes, and 80.49% of the motor vehicle taxes. That's where we are. I received the notification from the Department of Public Health last week that we were in we're in a non-compliance violation.
What have we not done?
The town hall water is registered as public water. So we're required to do, get the water tested. And the one we're in violation of is we did get them tested. And the test results, I've learned, they automatically are supposed to go right from where they were tested to Department of Public Health. They're supposed to submit them straight there. They didn't get submitted for March compliance.
Is this a monthly test?
No.
Or quarterly?
Quarterly.
Okay.
And so the E. coli test wasn't submitted and/or received from DPH. So I contacted, notice of violation for monitoring and/or reporting. So,
Isn't it the same company that does the testing every quarter?
yeah, so I contacted the company and they resubmitted the results. They said they would make sure that it didn't happen again. And in the meantime, I had to stick signs up all over the place to notify the public that we were not in compliance. So there's sign on the door, there's signs in by all the sinks.
Okay.
So, and I had to fill out a bunch of paperwork and return it. And I just got an email today that said that, we're good. So
Did you take down the signs already, or?
they have to be up for like a certain number of days and
So if we were a restaurant, we would have to probably be displaying that big D grade from the
Yeah.
Department of Public Health on the front door.
yeah.
Okay,
So I
Got
got the compliance, schedule. It says the corresponding compliance schedule for this system has been closed. So, I think that means we're good.
but we still have to keep the signs up for X number
They
of
have to
days.
be up for, they would probably come down today. I gotta see how many days. Either 7 days or. Let's see. For non-community that have resumed sampling, the public notifications must be posted for no less than 7 days, so they can come down at the end of the day to them. We like put them up last Monday. So.
Okay.
But they're okay. We're fine.
Did they give sample signs, or did you have to print
I
up your
feel
own
like-
signs?
They gave me like a form to fill out, so I just filled it out and
Make copies?
made copies. But the
Okay.
funny thing is, I had to like, as part of showing that I was complying, I had to send them a copy of every sign that I put up, which is legit the same sign. I just put it in different rooms. So I just wrote on the sign like bathroom 1, bathroom 2, utility sink, wing, front door, and like scan them through. So they got the same sign 4 times in my compliance. But I'm like, you asked for it, here it is.
Did they want the sign, or did they want a picture of the sign being up in
Well,
the
I did
location?
take pictures too, but I didn't send the
Okay.
pictures, and I have them in case they like ask for it. I'm like, I got
Got
pictures too.
Okay.
So we're good there. And the company said that it shouldn't happen again, so. That's all I have, correspondence announcement, public works report, I'm not really sure if there's anything new going on there.
Did we have any more comments from the additional work that was done on Shetucket? Okay.
Local traffic authority, got a couple of things on there. This one I'll probably read.
This sounds good.
This one I'm gonna read.
This sounds good.
All right, this is from the DOT, Connecticut DOT, Transportation Engineer 1. So, good afternoon, First Selectman Tracy Hansen. As requested, the Connecticut Department of Transportation Division of Traffic Engineering has conducted reviews of the following 3 intersections. Because this is because I put in as the local traffic authority like a while ago for there to be at Route 138 and Route 165 in Beachdale Ave. Like look to see what we could do at the intersection there.
Yeah.
On routes 138, 165 at Econ Hill and Shetucket Turnpike, I asked for a red light.
Yep.
And at the intersection of 135 and 165 and like Rockville Road,
Yep.
at 138, I asked for a 3-way stop sign. So this is their response to those requests. Traffic counts were collected at the above intersections, and I also asked for them to do their traffic count during the summer because they were always doing it in
During
like
winter.
April.
Yeah.
They were always doing it in April, and I'm like, you cannot do the traffic count in April. You have to do it in the summer when the traffic through town is like triple. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they finally did. Traffic counts were collected at the above intersections on June 24th, 2025 and July 1st, 2025.
Days of the week for those three now. I'm just
I don't
curious.
know. These summer counts displayed an increase in peak hour volumes when compared to traffic counts previously collected in March of 2024. Traffic volume warrants for consideration of a traffic volume warrants for consideration of a traffic control signal and consideration of an always stop sign control were conducted for all three intersections utilizing the summer 2025 traffic counts. The three intersections did not satisfy the conditions of either of the warrants. Intersection site distances, ISDSs, and crash data were also reviewed for all three intersections. All ISDs from the side streets were found, and that's the site distance from when they're looking, were found to be adequate for the posted speed limits at a minimum. The latest 3-year crash data for each intersection did not reveal a pattern of crashes that would be considered susceptible to correction by signalization. The findings of this investigation indicate that excessive operating speeds along the routes 138 and 165 corridor appear to be the primary contributing factor to issues being experienced at the intersection. Unfortunately, there are motorists who choose to ignore traffic rules and signs. However, the quickest and most effective solution to discourage high operating speeds is increased law enforcement presence. Additionally, it is recommended that the town consider installing dynamic "your speed" signs. In recent years, the state of Connecticut, through the University of Connecticut, had made available "your speed" signs for municipalities for situations such as these. When installed periodically, such signs have proven to be an effective countermeasure to reduce operating speeds, and the data collected by the devices can help local enforcement to focus their efforts on the most critical times of the day. Additional information is available in the T2 Center Equipment Loan Program. The town could also consider pursuing and applying for the installation of automated traffic enforcement safety devices, ATESD, such as speed safety cameras. Pursuant to Public Act 23-116, the Connecticut DOT has developed guidance for municipalities on the plan development criteria and the application submission for these devices. These ATESDs can have a positive effect on operating speeds, increasing safety for all roadway users. Additional information is available at Automated Traffic Enforcement Safety Device. The Office of the State Traffic Administration, OSTA, is currently reviewing if any changes are necessary along the routes 138, 165 corridor in regard to the existing speed limit zones and speed limit sign locations. Based on the findings of the study, the Connecticut DOT does not recommend any changes in traffic control for the aforementioned intersections at this time. However, a review of the existing signing and pavement markings along the corridor revealed the following revisions will be pursued by Connecticut DOT. A work order will be issued to accomplish the following. 1, install new intersection warning signs along routes 138, 165. Install advanced reduced speed limit ahead warning sign on routes 138, 165 westbound prior to posted speed limit changes. Replace existing stop ahead warning signs with oversized stop ahead warning signs for all applicable state roadway approaches that are currently stop controlled. Double up the stop ahead warning signs for all applicable state roadway approaches that are currently stop controlled. Replace existing stop sign with oversized stop sign and retroflect it. Just seems like they just said the same thing like 5 different ways. So I don't really know.
Oh, is that what they want to add?
Really big stop signs.
really big stop signs, the ones with the blinking LEDs around them.
I have read this like 5 times and I'm like, it seriously sounds like they're saying the same thing 5 times because I don't really know what I'm getting out of that besides really big stop signs.
Yeah.
So,
With blinking LEDs
yeah,
around them.
and then really
So.
big stop signs with blinking lights. So, there's still more. So, install dotted extension lines to continue the edge line and center line through the intersection where appropriate. Revise and install route directional signs along routes 138 and 165. Clear tree, brushes, and foliage within the state rights of way to improve visibility to signs where applicable. The improvements described above will be completed as scheduling and weather permits. Please contact me if you have any more questions. So one thing,
Go ahead.
another thing, like to go along with this, is the speed readers, the speed signs.
Your speed signs.
Yes, that's also on the agenda too,
Yep,
because I did just get notified by the T2 Center. We already have 2 signs, and the problem with the 2 signs that we have already is they have to be set up there. First of all, when the state says that these were given to us, they were given to us to use on town roads, not on state roads. They were supposed to help us with the speeding on town roads. The problem is these signs are really big and they have to be attached with an actual already existing speed limit sign. So I found places that I wanted to put them. I got permission from the state to put them on state roads. I found places where we wanted to put them, but there were no speed limit signs there. And I had asked the state if I could work with someone to come and help me either like move a speed limit sign so I could put it with the sign.
Oh, that's a whole engineering effort.
Oh, yeah, and they said no to that. So
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I need help here because it's a state road, first of all, and I need permission to put them there. And I'm gonna need like permission when I put them out there because you have to get like a work order permission to work in the state right away. And crickets. So then in the meantime, we're getting 2 more signs of these speed reader signs. They're actually being delivered tomorrow morning. And I believe these are different, that they don't have to be attached to a speed limit sign. So it's gonna make them easier to place somewhere, but I still reached out, Representative Lanu stopped by for a quick meeting the other day, and he's gonna help me connect with someone at the DOT to come and help me figure out where to put these signs, because they're the ones that did the study. So they must know like where I could most effectively put these to slow people down to be where they're not gonna crash where they crash, because there's a certain like engineering to how long it takes people to slow down and to react to the sign. So I want to make sure we have them in the most effective place. So
and hopefully it's not in someone's front yard on Main Street. Yeah.
So yeah, that's the other thing. Where are they gonna go? So that's what I'm waiting for. Like, so we are getting the other speed reader signs tomorrow. They're getting delivered and dropped off up at Public Works, because our Public Works will be the ones putting them up. And so we're getting those tomorrow. And the other 2, so that gives us 4 signs that I just need help with from the DOT is where to put them. So hopefully we'll get those up soon. And then the other thing with the automatic.
The ATESDs.
Yes, so I took a local traffic authority. They have you'll see, it's mandatory for, the local traffic authority is the Board of Selectmen. But by state statutes, 1 person on that board has to go to like local traffic authority classes. And it's usually the first selectman, because they can go during the days of the classes and they can do things with the board. Like, it's usually the first selectman. And then after you go to there's 1 like mandatory class, and then after that you go to like other classes to like learn other things. And so I did actually go to a class on the automated enforcement thing. And most of the people at the class were police officers, because most of this is done through the police departments. We don't have a police department. So there were some other first selectmen there as well. But these are they don't go through the DMV like a regular like speeding ticket.
Yeah.
They are more like a fine through the town. So they're really hard to enforce. And most of the people that do, the only people that you can't enforce it with are the residents. And this has to be approved at a town meeting. So the fact of it getting approved is probably about as good as getting the blight ordinance through. So the thing, because the only way you can enforce it is like how we enforce, like if you don't pay your zoning compliance, like if you owe the
Right.
town money,
It goes on your property tax.
yeah, you get punished from it through the town. But if it's someone driving through, we have no enforcement to get them to pay. So the interesting thing is that there's only a couple of towns that have actually gone, there's a whole process you have to go through to get this approved. And the first town was actually Washington, Connecticut, which is a small town. I think they have, I don't know if they're 4,000 or 5,000 people, like they're a small town. They actually got it through. They recommend at the class, they recommended that you start with putting them in places where you might get more people to agree with, like putting it in the school zone. So that way you're saving the kids, and who's going to vote that down?
Yeah.
So they said that's a good way to start to get them approved in your town. And then once people see how that works, that they might agree to more. But they also say not to, like some towns, I think like 25 grand or something, they collected in ticket amounts, which is like decent revenue, but
it's all coming from residents. Yeah.
And they said not to count on it as a red, like don't go into this thinking, oh, we're gonna save money in our.
Right. This is gonna offset.
Yeah,
these three budget line items.
You can't go into it as this is gonna be a money maker, because there's no enforcement to the clay. It actually costs more money too, because the equipment costs money. So but there are things
we will have many future conversations on this, I'm sure. But for right now, since you just brought it up, my initial thought on this is I like the starting in the school zone, because even if it's only really enforceable against residents, it's going to strongly encourage residents to do the speed limit in town, which I don't know what percentage of traffic is just residents versus non-residents, but if all residents are obeying posted speed limits, that should have an effect on the overall speed of vehicles going through town.
Yeah.
So there should be, that would be the positive that would come out of this, is that it would give us, I mean, the biggest complaint is Main Street. All the traffic flying through there at 50, 60 miles an hour when it's a 30-mile-an-hour zone, 25 when the school lights are flashing.
Yeah.
So.
And the town can make their own like rules on it too, because some, like they recommend, like with the first, like you can say the first ticket that people get, like they don't have,
it's
like
a
warning. And then after that, it's the fee, and some like go up in it for the more tickets that you get, the more the fee increases. So you can make your own like way how it goes. But it's also it takes you, the way that the system itself costs money, and they said depending on what system you choose and how you do it, because the cheaper ones require more manual labor, that you might have to consider staff for it too. So that's also another consideration of the cost, depending on the systems, because some like do everything, like the company, like if you pay for a good system, they will do everything. They'll send out the tickets, they'll do everything. But if you pay for a lower cost one to save money, you're going to have to add manual labor to it and figure out how that's going to work. So that's
well, I'm wondering how much, we'll talk more about it. We don't need to go deep now. I've got a lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
It's been in my head there, that on positives there and the higher level tiers, and if they're sending tickets to non-residents, some percentage of those non-residents will pay the ticket.
Yeah.
So, which may offset those higher costs to be a net zero. So, okay.
That's all.
I haven't been this excited about anything since the patrol ferryman, when we were talking about having our own law enforcement on the water. Okay.
So that's the local traffic authority actually had a lot of stuff this time. So.
Yeah, there's normally not much there.
Everything
Okay.
just came all in at the same time, so.
Okay.
Finance reports, were there something?
No, I didn't see anything for finance reports.
Tony's on vacation and Crystal's still learning, so
Okay.
she's doing good. She just did her first payroll and we find out tomorrow if everyone gets paid. So hopefully that worked well. That's how we know if that works. No, I'm just joking. She's doing great and she's still learning a lot of stuff. So, but we don't have any finance reports. So.
Okay.
Old business. I didn't have any old business. So tax refunds are attached. We have, as recommended from the tax collector, Nicole Barrett for $219.01. Robert Reeser, $124.32. Bert and Jernstrom, $64. And Nissan Infinity, $62.89.
That's it. I make a motion to accept the tax refunds as recommended by the tax collector.
Okay, I'll second that. Any other discussion?
No.
Nope. All approved?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, hearing none, there. Bassett Mill Road. We just have a driveway permit that was put in last year for a new build on Bassett Mill Road. The address is 24. The apron's been completed and it passes inspection. So this is to return the bond, the $1,000 bond. So I'll make the motion to return the $1,000 bond.
I second motion to return the bond.
Okay. Any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Deep.
Oh,
notice.
yeah, okay. I'm not gonna read this one. It's interesting, I actually didn't know what this was, so I learned something new. So I received a notice of opportunity for public comment on the scope of wake boat and wake surf study. So according to DEP, I'll just spin this. Wake surfing is a recreational activity that has increased in popularity nationally as well as in the state of Connecticut. The Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection recently received submissions of municipal boating ordinances that impact wake surfing and wake boat use. As a result, the department also received significant outreach on the topic, demonstrating the regulation of wake surfing is an issue of growing significance to many residents and businesses in Connecticut, and one that merits additional study. So DEP is preparing an informational study on the operation of wake boats and the activity of wake surfing in the state. Recognizing that conditions differ across bodies of water bodies, the findings of this report may be informative to communities considering future ordinances on wake surfing and could help inform state-level policy, if desired by the Connecticut General Assembly. This wake boat and wake surf study will, 1, assess the economic, environmental, recreational, navigational, and public health and safety factors relevant to wake boat operation on Connecticut water bodies, and 2, provide information to state and local waterway managers about key issues and opportunities for balanced site-specific approaches to accommodating or addressing wake surfing. And 3, provide recommendations for consideration by policymakers at state and local levels. So DEP is requesting written public comments about wakeboarding and wake surf studying. But I have an email, I'm gonna put this on the town website. But they have to be in by October 22nd, which is like next week, I think.
It is.
Yeah, I just got this.
It's
like-
next Tuesday,
Yeah, I just got this
next Wednesday, sorry.
like last week, October 6th, so they didn't really give much time. I reached out, I have a couple of contacts on Beach Pond, one on each end. I reached out to both of them to see if this has been an issue for residents, and both responses were not really, so.
Yeah, I just took a quick look, so, wake surf boats are the larger boats with a round hull that are designed to go fast to create enough wake for people
Yeah.
to surf their wake
Yeah.
untethered. So I was like, okay, I don't know if Beach Pond is really,
There are some out there. Is what I got from both of the residents, that, yeah, they do have these wake boats out there, but they're not out there a lot, and they're not causing any problems that
okay,
it's the jet skis that are the problem, not the wake boats or the wake surfing. So, I was just reaching out to them. to
this is
see-
a distraction by the jet ski industry to make us forget about the jet ski.
So I was reaching out to see if this
Yeah.
was an issue that they wanted the town, if they thought it was an issue that the
We
residents
need
were
any
having,
ordinances.
that we might want to put in public comment, or that I might put it in on behalf of the residents.
Okay,
And the answer I got was, I thought.
not really.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
So, but I will put the information out on the website in case maybe there are people that think it is a problem and want to submit, then that's fine. They can do that, but I don't see it as an issue on the town side. So if it was about jet skis, then yes. But I wanted to get it out there at the meeting so people knew about it. All right, so now we have to schedule a meeting.
Yep.
We do this every year, and I don't know what it is. So Crystal went through to make sure that there weren't any holidays on any of these days. So it's still the 2nd and 4th,
Mhm.
and at 6 o'clock. So.
Okay. I make a motion to set these scheduled meetings for 2026 as listed for the 2nd and 4th Tuesday of each month at 6 p.m. for the Board of Selectmen.
I'll second that. Is there any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye. Good. We're not moving.
Moving on.
From Tuesday nights.
Ah.
It's been Tuesday nights for what, 20 years? So,
All right, anything else?
Longtown Library.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we added that.
See, that's why I wrote it down.
I wrote it down too, but I still forgot. All right, so added to the agenda was the Voluntown Library Fund Policy. This is because we already have the fund's already created, and they've been using it. It's just, there was no definition as to like what money can go into it and what it could be used for. So that's what this does.
And this is following standard generally accepted accounting
Yeah.
practices, GAAP and GASB.
And Julie's
So-
actually on the library board now, and she saw this and she said this is the same, based on the same exact policy as the rec one, which had already been vetted by the town attorney.
Yeah.
My only change to what they presented is at the end, where it says this policy shall take effect upon adoption by the Board of Selectmen and approval at a town meeting. The and approval at a town meeting is not necessary.
It's not required.
It's not required because it's a policy, not an ordinance. So it's fine, just the board approving.
Okay. Then I make a motion to approve the Voluntown Library Fund policy as written and discussed
With that,
with the removal of approval at town meeting.
for the policy to take effect. Okay, any more discussion?
No.
No, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the Town Library Fund policy is good, and I'll let them know. I don't have the Word document, so I'll let the library know to take that off and send it back.
Okay. So what meetings are left for this board? The 28th, which would be the fourth Tuesday of October.
Yeah.
October 28th. And then is October 11th our last meeting?
Probably.
Okay. And then is the 18th the first meeting for the new board?
Yeah,
Okay, so it's off cycle. So then we'll meet because that's the third Wednesday. Tuesday, third Tuesday.
yeah, so then they'll start on the fourth Tuesday.
So the 25th.
That'll be their first meeting.
Okay, got it. Just wanted to go through that.
Yeah.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
So, hold on. Crystal, can you? Once we adjourn, I gotta wait till.
You have to.
No.
You can, yeah, just close that and then.
Close that and then
Make
that
sure
should
the
take you back to Zoom. And then click end.